dancing's what I love to see. We've made this place so glamorous. Gosh, you can't blame me for feeling amorous. Oh, it's wonderful. It's marvelous that you should care for me. Take it away, boys! Boys and girls. Yes! It's wonderful. Oh, it's marvelous that you should care for me. I said it's awful nice. Yes, paradise. Oh, it's what I love to see. My dear, it's four-leaf clover time. From now on, my heart's beating overtime. Oh, it's wonderful. Yes, marvelous that you should care for. That you should care for. That you should care for me. Yes, sir. Oh, it's wonderful. Yes, it's marvelous. Oh, that you should care for me. Oh, it's awful nice. Yes, it's paradise. Oh, yes, dancing's what I love to see. We've made this place so glamorous. Gosh, you can't blame me for feeling amorous. Oh, it's wonderful. It's marvelous that you should care for me. Take it away, boys!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? It is Friday night. How good does that feel?
Mid-December good times.
That's right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're here at the Crazy Mad Jazz Loft, and we are ready to kick into some serious action with a wonderful Jack segment. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Mandy Rushton.
Oh, that's me.
That's you. Woohoo!
Cut to. Hello and
Cut
happy
to the
Friday
chase.
to each and every one of you, including the Jazz Cat to my left, your right, and to the one, the only, the Mr. Dane Warren to my right, your left.
Yeah.
Mad Jazz is really keeping it real tonight. Contrary to popular belief. As we typically do on the Mad Jazz shows, we usually sing for our supper. But tonight, that is not exactly the case. But we have good reason. But we're going to go first into our Jack's segment because you know what? It's December, and it's been a rough week. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right?
We could.
I don't think I even have to ask anymore. It's like, you know, you made it to Friday. Frickin' cheers. So good on ya. Bravo. Keep washing those hands. Stay safe. Stay as sane as you possibly can. Dane went for what, an 11-kilometer run yesterday? Yeah. You got to do what feels good for you in these COVID times of pandemic lockdown craziness. And it's December, which always, and it was also Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah.
You know, and the year's wrapping up to a not quite a quick enough close.
Wrapping up, ramping down.
Yeah, all the things. And I don't know about you, but it always makes me feel a little like I gotta wrap up all the things. Is that humanly possible? No. Is that actually possible during COVID? No. You know, you just gotta do you. Each day is a new day, and we're gonna do the Jack segment on that note.
We could all use a couple of drinks right now, actually.
You know, just take a break. If that's hot tea, if that's honey, ginger, and lemon, you know, like if that's drinking more water.
If it's cold tea.
Cold tea, the brewski in the teapot, sure. Tonight, care of the fabulous Jacks here at Sea Island Way here in Richmond, which is our local haunt. They lovingly gifted us, care of being a sponsor, Lemon Heart and Son Blackpool Spiced Rum, which is a single estate distillery. What? And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it. So tuck in, grab a cozy blanket, get nestled on the couch or wherever you happen to be. If you're in the tub, bravo. That's one of my favorite places, care of COVID. And it always was. But listen up. I'm going to tell you all about this beautiful rum brand from England. Okay, so Lemon Heart is one of the world's oldest and most respected rum brands. Interesting note. Their rums today proudly represent over 200 years of rum craft and knowledge passed down through the generations at Lemon Heart and Son. Blackpool is an award-winning single estate Guyanese rum, fun fact, infused with an all-natural blend of spices with a distinctive Demerara rum character. As first official purveyor of rum to the British Royal Navy, Mr. Lemonheart's passion was always the rum. Rum always is Lemon Heart and Son. Boom. And on that note, Lemon Heart and Son was established all the way back in 1804 with the creation of this iconic British-style rum, aptly named 1804. Times were exciting then. Beethoven was performing symphonies in Vienna, Mad King George III ruled Britain, and the world's population had just reached only a mere 1 billion. Today, nearing its 217th birthday as of this December, this 1804 lends its traditional base to Lemon Heart's fuller-bodied counterparts, a rich Demerara-style spiced rum. Now, Blackpool is a premium spiced rum that you'll find at your local Jack's, and it's allowing dark or rum drinkers to lean towards more elegant, authentic, and elevated flavors. And since 2017 North American release, It's been awarded the Chairman's Trophy at the Ultimate Spirits Challenge and was as well as 93 points on tastings.com, which is the highest ever rating for a spiced rum. So, way to go. Lemon Heart.
Way to go, you guys.
The vanilla and butterscotch flavors are prevalent thanks to a conservative, by comparison, only 43% alcohol in this rum. And it's layered with a pure spice blend of clove, cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, black pepper, and vanilla bean. There's no additives or sweeteners, just simple ingredients with unlimited versatility. Blackpool spiced rum is simple to mix and can easily elevate your holiday party for one, or however many happen to be in your COVID bubble.
What?
And what happened today, Jazz Cat, Mr. Aaron Pang, to my left, your right, had his very first rum and eggnog. And tell the people what you thought, Mr. Aaron.
It was delicious. And if I had a cat and wanted to get that cat drunk for Christmas, that's what I would feed it.
Okay. Moving on along.
We're gonna get
Anyways.
we're gonna get letters from
Hypothetically,
Hypothetically.
I do not own a
Hypothetically,
cat.
if I wanted to
This
get
would
a cat.
be a good girlfriend drink.
when I mean if I had a cat, I meant like a significant other, and
Okay.
actually maybe myself too, because I am a cat. So
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay, so the tasting notes, and let me see if you felt you could taste any of these flavor profiles while you were having your very first rum and eggnog. So it suggests an enticingly complex taste profile with notes of exotic dried fruit,
Ooh.
overlaid with island spices,
Yes.
I smell
releasing a profile of cinnamon, freshly ground nutmeg. Now, Dane did sprinkle fresh ground cinnamon on top, which is kind of a signature thing with some rum drinks.
Yeah.
I believe even nutmeg or bitters can be put in like a rum punch, and a little dash of nutmeg sometimes. Always nice. Cloves, ginger, all resting on a warm vanilla swirl. Ooh, ah. Developing notes of toffee, butterscotch, cocoa, and butter rum flavors.
Cocoa butter.
Yum!
Nice.
A distant lingering of gentle bourbon oak and steeped tea finish well distinguish Blackpool as uniquely crafted by the one, the only, the Lemon Heart and Son.
That's right. Pull up that. Check it out. That's the bottle. It's nice. Look at how dark that is.
I want to smell it.
Yeah, you smell it. Do it. Here we go. If rum can't fix it, you're not using enough rum.
Whoa.
And that is care of our friend Jack Sparrow. 'Tis the season, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, Lemon Heart and Sons. Get your rum balls here while you can. Your sweaty balls are waiting. Ladies and gentlemen, that's right. Hot buttered rum. Rum and Coke, one of my favorites. Hot toddies, hot buttered rum. And, of course, don't forget those rum balls for the Christmas season. That's right. And so now we're going to do maybe some recipes here.
Well, hands down, if you just give this a sniff, it smells like all of the above. Buttered cocoa, rum, toffee, butterscotch, all on a swirl of vanilla with that cinnamon, clove, ginger, and that beautiful nutmeg essence. Wow. And black pepper, too. And the Demerara sugar, which is one of the darkest sugars that you've got out there. And this is definitely going to elevate any old drink you happen to be mixing up for the holidays, if rum's your style. Now, I also have a favorite aunt in Edmonton, my Auntie Lori, and she makes every Christmas her famous rum balls. And man, this would be good in that.
Yeah. Let me smell.
Okay. I had a rum and coke earlier just for quality control purposes to make sure that said beverage was, going to work
Nothing to do with
with
stress level.
the Coca-Cola. And it did. It was perfect. And Dane sliced a beautiful.
Wait.
segment
No.
of
This is my part. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for that special cocktail to celebrate the holiday season, I've got one for you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this was made famous. It was originally called, this cocktail was called the Cuba Libre, which means free Cuba. And as we know, Cuba and Havana were synonymous with rum production because they had vast sugarcane fields. Now, the reason that it was the Cuba Libre and the freedom from Cuba, they took their national spirit, rum, and mixed it with an American drink to celebrate their freedom. And so they chose, of course, Coca-Cola. So they would mix the cane spirit with the Coke, and then traditional thing was to have it with a slice of lime. But I'm going to let you know a little secret. Especially for Christmas time, this is the difference. You do it with a fresh slice of lemon. What does that do? It creates a completely different drink. I think it's a little bit softer, the citrus flavor, and it adds some more depth to it. And the oils from the lemon rind, ooh, man, so good. So what I'm going to do is, who wants a Christmas rum and Coke? Aaron, because he tried eggnog for the first time. So I'm going to do a thin slice of lemon.
Weren't you glad you offered up your
that decision was made for me?
That's what I do.
Okay.
So first, ice in a nice cocktail glass, right? Then do a thin slice of lemon all the way through, like a whole lemon wheel.
Yeah, don't be stingy on your lemon. But a nice thin wheel is what you're after. Gorgeous. Gordon Ramsay
Drop
would
it in.
approve.
And then give a little extra squeeze of lemon into the glass. Then pour 1 ounce.
Jack Black style. Or not Jack Black, Jack Sparrow
That
style.
was about 2. Of
1.5.
your Lemon Heart and Sons Blackpool rum. Then, with a nice fresh can of Coke. Don't go for the 2 liter that's been sitting in the corner on the drink cart for 2 weeks. That's completely flat. You're gonna want the carbonation in there.
And if you have a soda stream at home,
Pour to taste.
you could make your own with the syrups, and that's really fun. And you can make it as sweet or less sweet as you like.
Gently stir and serve.
To your fellow friends in your COVID-friendly bubble. Mixology 101 with Mad Jazz at the Loft.
Thank you. Wow.
Okay, question. If we had ambient music, would that sound good or bad?
Wow. Wow. That's all I can say.
Now, have you had a rum and Coke before?
Oh, yes.
With
I've
lime?
With lime, yes, but never with lemon.
And?
Quite interesting.
You hear that, Mom? It's interesting.
Okay, so of the 2 drinks, would you have the rum and eggnog again, or would you go for the rum and Coke?
I'd go for the rum and Coke, actually.
Okay. I had a feeling.
Yeah.
I had a feeling.
Mandy?
Now, I too am supposed to steer clear of the dairy. Both Jazz
That's
Cat and
right.
I have issues in the dairy department. But you know what?
Sure.
I want to try it.
We'll do a half one. So,
Okay.
again, ice in cocktail glass. I like to put in a little bit of eggnog first, then pour in the rum, and then pour more eggnog to taste so that you get a little bit more
A
mixture.
layering?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Use The good stuff. Don't get the light stuff if you're gonna have it. It's Christmas or holidays. You know, why bother?
And I did just read in the latest Georgia Straight, which back in the day, the Georgia Straight newspaper used to be like that thick on a good Thursday.
1 ounce of Blackpool Lemon Hearts rum.
And it was just yesterday, Dane and I were out running some errands for tomorrow. And we passed by one of the old bins.
A little bit of more eggnog.
And he's like, do they still make the Georgia Straight? And I'm like, I think so. Let's look inside the bin. And we peeked in, and there was just a few left. And so we grabbed one, and it had to have been wafer thin. It was so thin. How thin was it? Max 6-8 pages. I don't even know. It was like, this is not the Georgia Straight I came to love.
Take a little fresh ground nutmeg.
In any case, I came to learn that there is a West Coast rum and eggnog. And what is different, they suggested...
And the key is a little dash of cinnamon at the end.
And one of my favorites is Watkins cinnamon. I love the packaging, too. And so the West Coast eggnog has a little bit of cream. They said Avalon...
Avalon is the best eggnog.
Avalon really does make one of the best eggnogs here in BC. Dairyland is a close second. And then they said to add a bit of Kahlua, cream, and your favorite rum. And so, on that note, a cheers.
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 Oh, that's good. A little light on the eggnog, but really nice.
Very nice. And that extra little hint of cinnamon just kind of warms it up and rounds it out. Give that a sniff. Did you put cinnamon on Aaron's?
On his Coke? No.
No, on his rum and eggnog?
Delicious.
He did. And I could taste it, and it was fantastic.
It's so subtle that you can't really discern, but then, like, towards the end, you're just like, oh, I taste cinnamon.
So there is 2 holiday classic cocktails. Trust me, rum and Coke with lemon. Give it a shot. Now we're going to play our Sinatra promo for the concert that we're filming tomorrow, which is why we can't sing tonight. So here is a short promo for Sinatra, Home for the Holidays. Get your tickets while they last.
A snowman and pretend that he is Parson Brown. He'll say I am married, we'll say no man, but you can do
fever in the morning, fever all through,
tearing my fears apart. Well, the line forms, I'm alright, babe. And Mackie back in town. I said, look out, old Mackie is back. If those fates allow, hang a shining star upon the highest bough.
And we're back.
And how? So tomorrow we have a
Quite
full
a big day.
Yeah,
I-
a big day of
I
filming.
just posted, guys, in the comment section the link to get tickets for Sinatra Home for the Holidays.
It is a real steal of a price, $10. gets you super high definition and phenomenal sound quality through a platform called Vimeo, which is a higher end version of YouTube. Super popular out on the East Coast and now making waves on the West Coast. Just in time for your live streaming or re-watching of pre-recorded concerts for the holiday, and definitely moving into 2021, which is just weeks away, from all your local and not so local, global artists and musicians that are performing.
That's right.
And that is care of Side Door. Earlier November, some of you might recall, we did a live stream show off of Side Door for the very first time using Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
And this time, care of the Royal City Musical Theatre Society and the beautiful Massey Theatre out in New West, we are going to be technically back home. I mean, Mad Jazz at the Loft is our like physical address for living and doing our Mad Jazz action.
Right.
But the stage, the theater, that's where Dane and I met. And so it's kind of like we're going back home for the holidays to entertain the troops in a not so big band way as it was originally going to be. But
that's okay.
We're going to do it the Mad Jazz way.
COVID style, baby.
COVID style.
So anyways,
Wrapped
it's
in
going to
a
be
pretty
great.
bow.
We have a great ensemble. Aaron's heading it up and playing the keyboards.
Yay,
and we got lots of
Aaron!
great players. James Hunter on bass.
Woohoo!
Tyler Murray on drums.
Tyler
Yes.
Murray on drums.
And
Brian Vance.
on flute and tenor saxophone.
Yeah. So
Like
it's
a
going to
boss.
be really super cool. We have like a team of like 3 different videographers that are going to be shooting at the same time. It's going to be hella cool, shot in 4K and on Vimeo. We're going to be one of the first people on Side Door using this platform.
And we
which is
feel very
exciting.
privileged. They
Hashtag booked on Side Door.
hashtag booked on Side Door. Hashtag shows on your own terms. And a shout out to Dan Mangan and Tori and who else helped us out? There were so many. Matt, Romaine.
Oh, yeah, Matt Kahansky.
Yeah. There's
And,
a team kind of globally that are, just rolling with this COVID business to make live stream magic happen as they can. They've been going since 2017.
Boom.
And with our show in November, they were so blown away with our technical savvy and prowess, thanks to these guys. And I don't even know. It's all a blur. That was it feels like months ago, but it was just last month.
So get tickets for Sinatra Home for the Holidays. Help out Royal City Musical Theatre. It's a great cause. You get to sit at home in your PJs or not.
You do you.
And watch us perform our Christmas special. Hey, it's a family show, okay?
It is
people?
a family show.
But it doesn't. You can do whatever you want at your house, right?
And
as long as no one's watching. It's not a two-way thing, video thing. It's not like on Zoom.
Yeah.
That'd be awkward.
That we know of. The great thing, too, is it is featuring Dane as the unbelievable
Goofball.
mega talent that he is in kind of conjuring up good old Blue Eyes himself.
Oh, yeah.
And hot off the heels of a Christmas tour a couple years ago on the island to 3 different cities.
Christmas with Sinatra. It was good times.
And then last year with the Bruce James Orchestra, our very
Yep.
first night, I believe it was at K-Meek Theatre up in North Van, and we had a standing
Beautiful theater.
ovation.
It's great.
We also performed last year at the beautiful Massey Theatre, and I was so blown away how beautiful that venue is. So I can't wait for our full day of tech,
Super cool.
lights, sound,
Yeah.
dressing, filming, and recording the show. It's going to be amazing.
It is.
It's going to be
Yeah,
amazing.
we're looking forward to it. So, again, that's going to premiere December 18th. But
Which is
right
next
now,
Friday.
we're going to throw it back to old school days, back at Van Dusen Gardens when they were doing the Festival of Lights, which they're not doing this year, unfortunately. But
They're not?
I don't think so. Have you seen lineups? I haven't seen anything. Maybe you can book it. I don't know, because Miss Henry said only drive-through events you can do, and you can't
Right.
really drive through Van Dusen Gardens. You could try. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, just rip through on a ATV.
Create your own path.
Yeah, that's right.
Straight through those flowers.
Who knows? They might have golf cart tours going for $5,000 a ticket.
Hey, they may have made a go-kart track there, you know?
Yeah,
So
that'd be cool.
Not only are you now trying to admire the flowers, you're also trying to win the race.
Yeah,
Oh man, that would be like Super Mario Kart.
yeah, that'd be super cool.
Yeah.
So
All the lights.
check it out, man. This is a clip from the gnomes, those crazy Van Dusen garden gnomes from the Festival of Lights. I think this is 2016. Jason Derulo just dropped his new album, and here it is. Check it out. It's crazy.
It's too hard to sleep. I got the sheets on the floor, nothing on me. And I can't take it no more, it's 100 degrees. I got one foot out the door, where are my keys? 'Cause I gotta leave, yeah, in the back of the cab. I took the drive ahead of time, get me the fast. I got your body on my mind, I want it bad. Ooh, just the thought of you gets me so high, so high. Girl, you the one I want to hold it. And if you want me, girl, you got me. There's nothing I know I wouldn't do, just to get up next to you. Girl, you the one I want to hold it. And if you want me, girl, you got me. There's nothing I know I wouldn't do, just to get up next to you. Just to get up next to you. You open the door, wearing nothing but a smile, fell to the floor. And you whisper in my ear, baby, I'm yours. Ooh, just the thought of you gets me so high, so high. Girl, you the one I want to hold it. And if you want me, girl, you got me. There's nothing I know I wouldn't do, just to get up next to you. Girl, you the one I want to hold it. And if you want me, girl, you got me. There's nothing I know I wouldn't do, just to get up next to you. Just to get up next to you. Just the thought of you gets me so high, so high. Oh, just the thought of you gets me so high, so high. Girl, you the one I want to hold it. And if you want me, girl, you got me. There's nothing I know I wouldn't do, just to get up next to you. Girl, you the one I want to hold it. And if you want me, girl, you got me. There's nothing I know I wouldn't do, just to get up next to you. I would do anything just to get up next to you. Anything and everything just to get up next to you. Baby, just to get up next to you. Get up, get up.
Oh, good times.
So, Dane, how many years did you gnome it up at Van Dusen? to entertain all the peoples of all the ages.
It's all a blur. I think.
Or he doesn't gnome.
Oh no, it's starting again.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Nobody gnomes.
I think like 13 years.
Wow.
Wow. That's a solid effort.
Yeah.
Like
crazy.
some of those kids now are
Traumatized.
Older.
They just got out of therapy.
In university now.
They just got out of therapy. We used to, that, of course, was Patrick Lambier with me, and we used to do a disclaimer before our show. Parents, thank you so much for joining us. We know you're probably checked out right now, thinking about your credit card bills, but we are here to entertain your kiddies, and don't worry, we give out free coupons at the end of every show for therapy. So everybody will turn out okay. It'll take 6 or 7 years. Thank you. And then we would start the show. It was great. And the parents would be like,
what?
What did they say? Because they were literally just like,
On
here,
their
thinking they're
phone
going to
or-
plunk their kids in like on the floor and like be able to just zone out for 10 minutes. And little did they know that like by the end of the show, the parents would be like laughing so hard because it was like that old comedy, like the old cartoons where you would get it, the kids would get it on one level, but the parents could get it on like this other level that was
Multiple
happening.
levels, yep.
And yeah, oh man, it was so funny.
There really is nothing better
We
at
only
the
got, like-
holidays when everybody's so stressed, this year notwithstanding, and you can create that sense of multi-generations laughing together in perfect harmony. That's basically world peace in a nutshell. Am I right?
Yeah. We used to go around to the kids with the front loader, you know, the harness, and the babies
Oh, yeah.
are like strapped to the chest of people. And we would we would go up to the babies and have a conversation with them and be like, do you know you have something stuck to your back? And the parents would be like, what are you talking about? And we're like, I know what you're talking about, kid. Because the kids were strapped to the front of the parents, but we would say to the kids, do you have something on your back?
You're right.
And it was so funny. Yeah, that
and-
was just great.
And what you mean by like quality old cartoons, you mean like 13 years ago?
No, like Merry Melodies. You know?
Yes,
Like the Merry
I do
Melodies,
know.
where all of a sudden when you look at those old Merry Melodies things now, and you're like, that's pretty sexual or like
Violent?
or you're like,
Weird?
what's going on there? And then like there's this whole other level that you don't get as a kid. You just see noises and see funny things happening, and then yeah. Anyways, that's what it was. It's like a whole just layers, like an onion.
Or like pain au chocolat,
I like pancakes layered on top of each other.
phyllo pastry.
Cake. There's so many layers you can talk
Yeah,
about.
so many layers.
Layers of consciousness.
And I actually never got to see you as a gnome.
Thank God.
It came close. We shared a dressing room one Christmas.
Oh yeah.
The night after he was there.
Yeah, you
I was filling in as
You were elf on a shelf, I think.
no, I was I called myself Mindy, the mini elf,
Yeah.
and I was riding Rudolph
Yeah.
through the Van Dusen Park.
Yeah. So it was like one of those things where you have like a fake reindeer strapped to like your groin. So like the head comes out here, and then the butt goes out behind you, and then you're holding onto reins, but it's really your legs that are the reindeer.
And then
legs.
you have those fake
the
legs that just
little-
kind of drape like little like
Yeah,
nubbins.
Yeah,
with,
Mandy
like,
had these
cute
little elf
feet with like plaid or striped stockings, like candy canes.
Yeah.
And man, it was cold that winter. I was there for a couple of days.
Did you put extra socks on your little elf feet though to keep warm?
No, all my real ones. But It's so crazy to think that you were there for 13 years, like entertaining the masses. Like that's such a heartwarming thing. And I
Broke a
bet
lot
you
of
hardly anybody knows that the one half of the Gnomes is like
Nobody-
Frank Sinatra
Hey,
impersonator in
nobody knows. Okay.
Gnome. Nobody knows. Until now, you're sharing your secrets.
No, but honestly,
Like how many hundreds of thousands of people,
I
if
know.
not possibly millions or so, maybe
Yeah.
more?
Well, sometimes they were doing like 3,000, 4,000 people a day, and
Yeah.
we would work all month. And in the heyday, I think that was like 28 days straight. You got Christmas Day off, and then you were straight through.
Wow.
From
Outside.
from December 1st all the way through, nothing but kids and popcorn and mulled wine for the parents and
Ooh,
just
and the food
craziness.
trucks. Those were kind of a newer
That
addition,
came-
right?
that came later, yeah.
But like they had like the potato whirly gigs and
Oh, yeah.
the
The
pizza guy.
The flavor hurricanes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what else was
And then
nice?
they
The
got-
mini donuts.
Yeah, and then
That
they
was
got a
nice.
carousel. They got super fancy.
The carousel was so nice.
But yeah, there were times when we would get new management in, and they would say, guys, we don't want a gnome show. Trust me, the gnome show. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. So weird. We don't want a show this year. The new manager wants you guys just to roam around and whatever. And so we would roam around and talk to the kids and give them stickers and some shtick. Do you want the shtick or the stickers, kid? The shtick is, I just flew in from Chicago, and boy, are my arms tired. Stick with the sticker. So anyways, all our job was, when they would not let us do the show, was to go around and inform people that there is no show. And it was terrible because that's all they would be like so happy. Oh my God, it's the Gnomes! Check them out! Hey, Sven and Jens and da da da. So when's the show?
You're watching it.
Oh,
You better talk to management.
show's been cancelled. Yeah, you can talk to management. P.O. Box 36912, and then
Call this number.
write a letter and get us back. And they got so many complaints and letters. I think on the first day there was 13 people that came in and made a formal complaint, and then it just kind of got more and more, and then finally, like,
Give us the gnome show. We want gnomes.
Without
We
fail,
want
without
gnomes.
fail, the next year they'll be like, okay, you guys, we want you to do
Bring
the
it back.
show. But then because it's government, it's like every 4 years or 5 years, they would change it over or whatever. And so
Changing of
then
the
every
guard.
5th year, we would have some guy come in or person and be like, oh, gnomes? What are you talking? No. Cut them. And then they would get complaints and complaints and complaints, and we would be back the next year doing our show.
They clearly did not gnome about you.
Yeah, nobody gnomes.
The
But,
funny story about
yeah.
Tony Parsons and all the rest was pretty
Oh,
great.
Tony Parsnip.
Yes.
Yeah. We were on, what is that?
I forget. One of the news
CTV,
stations.
right?
I
CTV,
don't
like
know.
Canada, nationwide. We were on CTV, and they had a weathercaster come and do a little blurb at Van Dusen Gardens, and they were like, "Can you guys go on and be in the shot and just I don't know, kind of be in
Animate
be in
the
character?"
Yeah.
Number 1 mistake. Number 2 mistake was giving us microphones. And so the poor weather person was awkwardly, nervously laughing at our jokes because they're so borderline that she was like, ha, 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 okay. And she kept trying to grab our microphones and we'd be like, yeah. So anyways, yeah, we would like to do, and now we're going to do a number called, The Birth of an Acorn. And then we did a interpretive dance about an acorn sprouting, and it was great.
As the gnomes would have done.
And they went back to the control room or whatever. And Tony Parsons was laughing so hard that he couldn't
Talk.
do his next line. And that guy's been on the air for 100 years. That was the joke. Pat said, hey, yeah, Tony I said, oh, Tony Parsnip? And he said, no, Tony Parsons. He's been on the CTVs and he's been in news since pterodactyls were around. Yeah, I think they banged out his first contract on a stone tablet. And he laughed so hard, he almost spat, and it was so funny. And then we said, oh, Gloria Makarenko, oh, you're like an angel on the top of the tree, like a shining star in between those two guys. And it was Shane Foxman and Tony Parsons, who I called him Shane Wolfman. Yeah, Shane Wolfman? Oh, no, Shane Fox. Oh, right. And then it was so funny because Shane Fox said, oh, those guys said Gloria, that you're what? You're like an angel or like on the top of the tree or something? Yeah, those guys don't know what the hell they're talking about. And then they all laugh. It was so funny. I don't think I've ever seen people on CTV go back and all three of them were laughing. They couldn't talk. It was so funny. I think I have a clip somewhere. We'll have to put that on. I'll try and find it. Super fun.
Yeah, super fun.
Anyways,
but you're talking about damage control and being told from the higher ups what you have to do,
right? Versus
give the people what they want. Basically, give them the pickle, which is the hospitality term for if a customer asks for something.
Yeah.
Within reason.
Yeah.
Give them what they want, aka give them the pickle.
Yeah.
In this instance, I was living in Mexico for 6 months many, many moons ago, and was performing as a lead singer, actor, dancer, animator at a high-end resort in Cancun. And so many of the amenities didn't work. The hot tub never worked the whole 6 months I'd been there, and I don't think it worked for a year and a half before I got there.
Who needs a hot tub in Mexico? Ugh.
A hot tub, when you sign up for...
Yeah, that's true, though.
For a venue, it says it has a hot tub. You're looking for that hot tub. And let me tell you, people were looking for that hot tub. So was I.
Yeah.
No, that did not work. It wasn't even filled with water. It was just an empty vessel to sit in under the sun. And so many things were busted and broken. And they're okay, so once you've done the introductions and the yoga and the bingo and the tequila volleyball and then the fun and games with all the bars and restaurants, and you've done all the promo, and then you had a little lunch break, and then you went and rehearsed for 4 or 5 hours, and then you went and did a show. What you'd also need to do is go around to all the guests and poll them with this survey on a clipboard and really, really get to know what's lacking at the resort.
Hot
I'm
tub.
I could save you all this paper, time, and trouble, because we got so much other stuff to do. I know where the glaring problems are. Hot tub, a numero uno. And it's just who's in charge here? Who's in charge here?
Yeah.
Santa? Actually, and that was also the very first time in my life I got to play Santa Claus.
Oh.
And I had shiny Lycra friends in the reindeer suits pulling me in a giant hotel laundry basket. Oh. It was
you were the backdoor
definitely
Santa.
One of the highlights of my life. Because I was the only Caucasian, blue-eyed,
oh yeah, close enough.
Human, and they were give the people what they want. The bulk of the people here aren't from Mexico at the resort. They're all from Europe and North America. So you speak English the best, and you look most like Santa. Get in the suit. And I had pillows and oh man.
Nice.
Good times.
Good times.
Yep.
Yeah, I just remember them doing that walkthrough on the first day of Van Dusen, before we started, and they would tell us because you would always meet the week before they open, and you would get shown around by someone, and they would say all the amazing ideas they have for this year, and all the changes they're going to make. And you're just making mental notes. You're like, okay, that's not going to work. Nope, that's going to be a nightmare. Nope, people aren't going to like that. And you're like, yeah, sounds great. And you're like, I've been here for 15 years. How long have you been here? 6 months. Okay, let me tell you how this is going to go. Everyone's going to hate it, and you're going to be fired next year.
You'll be on Santa's naughty list.
It was like the gnomes ran Van Dusen for like over a decade. And if you ever messed with the gnomes, you would be fired because they would be like, we got so many complaints, so we'll get someone new. And we would just show up with sunglasses on and be like, yeah, okay. How big is our stage this year? No, it's got to be bigger. It was so great. Anyway, shout out to Patrick Lambier. Love you.
Hi, buddy.
So, do we have another clip?
I think we might.
I don't.
We have a Mandy
think so.
Rushton clip?
Yeah, I think we do.
Okay.
We do have that.
We're going to play one more clip, and then we're going to figure out what the heck to talk about in the next segment. Love you guys.
You had plenty money, 1922. You let other women make a fool of you. Why don't you do right like some other men do? Never know how much I love you. Never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I get a fever that's so hard to bear. You give me fever when you kiss me, a fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning, fever all through the night. From now on, my heart's beating overtime. Oh, it's wonderful. It's marvelous that you should care for, that you should care for, that you should care for me. Yes, sir.
All right, and that, of course, was Mandy Rushton singing with the Bruce James Orchestra. And, yeah, we look forward to maybe doing that another time someday soon. But not this Christmas.
So we were talking to our people, and
And they talk to their people.
yes,
And then they
And hopefully
emailed other people.
they get back
and then they
to the
emailed them
original
back.
people.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's COVID, and not many people can like follow that track. So I was talking to the Mad Jazz Gents,
What? Me?
sandwiching moi.
Whoa.
And yes, tonight we are not singing for our supper. We are saving our voices for the big shebang tomorrow on Side Door through Vimeo, which is Sinatra Home for the holidays, which is so apropos because there's a panto in Toronto of the same name with Sarah Jean Hosey, if anybody happens to recall that.
Nope.
That broad from
Don't recall.
Vancouver Island. I believe she lives in Stratford now. They're doing a live stream version.
Not Sinatra, but Home for the Holiday. Everybody's
panto.
using that
Yeah.
title.
Gateway here in
Because it makes
Richmond's
sense.
using it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to be
Guess what?
like legit
we were the
home
first
for the holidays.
ones doing it here in Vancouver.
Sure.
Sorry, we beat them. We were the first ones who had it up.
You
and
beat
running
them
and
to the
selling
rum
tickets.
punch?
We did.
Yeah. Okay, so tonight we really are just yakking away, Jacksing away with the rum and eggnog and rum and Coke. Doing the promo for the Royal City Musical Theatre Society and their fundraiser. Tickets are only $10.
$10.
It's a screaming steal of a deal. Most other shows are $25, $35, around the country. Ours are 10. Tell your people. If you know anybody who knows a gnome that looked like this guy, only gnomey-ish or a gnomer in the Christmas.
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen.
Perhaps a know-it-all?
A gnome-it-all, yeah.
Hey,
If they gnome him, then tell their people to tell their people and their kids to come and watch our Christmas special, because you know what? It's going to be special. We've been working our butts off. Santa will attest.
We're on his nice list.
We're on his good books.
he can be testy.
Excuse me?
Sorry, I used the wrong nomenclature.
So next Friday, the 18th,
Yeah.
At
guess-
7 p.m. Pacific.
I guess earlier in the day, we may do a little live stream action to try and garner the people to then do more promo to possibly buy
So-
last minute tickets for that premiere. It is also going to be available thereafter. But you know what? Come and watch it while we're watching it.
Yeah. That's what we're going
Talk
to
to
do.
the stars on the night that it premieres, because you know what?
Meet the band.
Yeah, meet the band.
Meet your meat.
And then Saturday, December the 26th. It's not a Friday.
Yep.
Not a typical Mad
Nope.
Jazz Friday night at 8. It's going to be Saturday, December 26th. We're going to be doing a Boxing Day show instead. We're going to box it to you.
Boom.
Probably in our pajamas.
Suck
Who
it.
knows? We'll show up how we show up. You show up how you show up. It's going to be great. And then Thursday, December 31st, also not a typical Mad Jazz night. It's not a Friday. It's not 8 o'clock. But guess what Friday turns into?
What?
January 1st. So
What?
Thursday, December 31st into Friday, January 1st.
We're going to be
We're
going
gonna
all
try-
night
we're gonna
long like
try and
Lionel
go-
Richie.
Yes, we're going to try and pull an all-nighter with the Jazz Cat at
We're
the
gonna-
Mad Jazz at the Loft.
We're going to
for a
celebrate New Year's
Happy
together.
New Year!
He might be curled up and asleep on top of the piano by the end of the night. Who knows?
I'll be by the fireplace. I
I
don't
might
know.
actually curl up on top of the keyboard. You know,
Yeah, that'd be funny. That is a pretty heavy-duty stand you have.
It is.
So that's it.
all we know for right now. I hope this has sufficed in some small way to make you smile, laugh, or think about life and your life choices. If you ever want to be Santa Claus, just go on down to Mexico way, and you never know. You might just live out your lifelong wish of being Santa.
You just
Feels
might,
pretty good. I'm still living off that high. It felt pretty good.
You just might be close enough.
Or too close for comfort. In any case, thank you very much to Jax. Thank you, Dairyland Eggnog. Thank you, Coca-Cola. Thank you to the Fresh Lemons.
Thank you, Watkins Cinnamon.
Yeah, and thank you to the Fresh Club Pack Nutmeg.
Yeah,
It
now
was
we have to
delish.
get our costumes and stuff together, and our
Makeup,
makeup,
and our
our
shoes, and
our
lint
rollers,
and our
toothbrushes,
and
the
hats, and all the other
things.
And Annie Panny, maybe we could borrow your electric kettle
Yeah.
tomorrow
Yeah.
to have some tea. at
Yeah, my
the
mom's going to be
theater.
helping out Mandy with her makeup, which will be interesting.
No, she's going to be the
The assistant
Assistant.
to the star.
to the Mad Jazz Trio.
That's right. So
Thank you,
if
Andrea.
you don't have your tickets, get them. Side door access. We put the link up. It's great. Sinatra, Home for the Holidays. It's going to be fun for everybody.
We even have some really cute kitty songs that I love.
Should we do... we can do one. Come on.
What one?
I don't know. Since we were playing the gnomes, the big one was walking in a winter wonderland. Can we do that?
Let's try it.
Schleebers ring, do
Are
you
you
listen?
listen?
In the lane, snow is glistening. That's right. A
A
beautiful
beautiful
sight.
sight.
What?
We're
We're happy
happy
tonight.
tonight.
Who? Walking in a winter wonderland. Choreography gone away. Here's a bluebird here to stay. is a new bird. Nailed it. He sings a love song as we go along. What we do?
Walking in a winter wonderland.
We run in the meadow, we could build a snowman.
Let's do it.
And pretend that he is Parson Brown.
That's
or
very
Parsnip.
brown.
He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man.
No, man.
But you can do the job when you're in town.
at
Pave
City
the
Hall.
driveway. Later on, we'll conspire.
And curl up like a kitty cat by the fire.
To face unafraid.
What? The plans that we made.
What we doing?
Of walking in a winter wonderland.
One more time. Of walking in a winter wonderland. Big Broadway finish. Yes, we're walking in a winter wonderland. Sweet child of mine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody. Happy holidays.
God bless.
We'll see you tomorrow night.
Be well, stay sane,
we
and
won't.
what do they say? Be kind.
Be kind and rewind.
All right. See you guys next week. And for to all of our Twitch streamers, Twitch viewers, let's raid another new streamer tonight.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's raid somebody. Who are we going to raid?
Raid! Oh man, we were at a restaurant the other day, and they were talking about a couple of years ago when they had
No.
rodent problems.
Nope.
I'm glad I didn't dream about that. That would be a nightmare.
Rodent problems?
We're gonna raid
Raid!
Numb the Geek.
Hey, do it.
We're gonna see what that user's all about.
Numb, like numb?
Numb, but with a K in front of it. So
Knumb.
KNUMB.
Are we sure this is the name? Because do you remember what happened
Maybe
with
it's
Jackie
gnome.
Illenhide?
Jekyll Illenhide? Yeah,
Jackie
I know.
Illenhide?
I'm trying to. Yeah.
Maybe it's gnome. Gnome.
Ah.
No. All right. So the K is silent.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
All right.
Well, stay tuned.
Numb the Geek.
Thank
Or
you,
It's
each and
either
every
that
one of
or
you.
K-numb.
Yes.
Never know.
All right, guys.
There are no rules anymore except for public health order rules and driving rules. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And rules of engagement. And rules of a game board, which are the most important. And rules of that online video game thing. What is it called?
Jackbox?
Jackbox. Where when you're trying to defuse a bomb, you say the first clue first. And you do it in order so that people can defuse the bomb properly.
Yes. Get your people to talk to their people, and all the bombs will be defused in no time. Is anybody really excited for playing games online or physical this Christmas? Yeah, me too. You can jot it down in the comments because I'd love to know what the go-to games are for 2020 moving into
I
2021.
bet your chess is pretty big up there because of Queen's Gambit.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
right.
Sales of chessboards have gone up like 500%. They're saying that that's part of the whole thing. Like, this is how Netflix makes money now. They found ways to make money that aren't like selling tickets or people paying for subscriptions to HBO or anything. They put in the money to do these series or movies.
Merch.
And then Googling chess went up like crazy amounts.
I read that news article.
The amount of chessboards being sold, the amount of people buying chess instructional videos and stuff like that.
Well,
It's
you know what
crazy.
it goes back to
The
in
Netflix
my
effect.
mind is with Tin Pan Alley, like basically 100 years ago when sheet music was really kind of, and popular music was really at the forefront coming out of the Victorian age. And it was a lot of jazz, it was a lot of blues, it was very new age music.
Yeah.
with lyrics. And it wasn't just like gospel or hymns or
Which are great.
which are great. It was an evolution of the times, and
Well, it was like downloading the newest thing on
sure,
iTunes. I sound so old.
sure. But when song pluggers of the day, the famous faces and voice artists of the day would go on tour, this is before movie theaters because that was just kind of coming into, and in black and white with no sound, and they had bands playing live, and they would like spray fragrances to help further that experience for all the moviegoers to make it more enticing.
It's the fart smell.
Yeah. There was vaudeville, and the vaudeville circuit had over 10,000 theaters, which then slowly turned into movie theaters. But when song pluggers were on those circuits through North America, which is Canada and the US, when they made a stop in a city and they sang their set, however long that happened to be, typically those houses would be sold out because that was the only entertainment they had. They didn't have Netflix. They didn't have TV. Radio was a thing, but not everybody could afford a radio. And so if you could afford to go and see people singing live, that was the ticket. And so they'd go fill those houses and then leave singing, humming the songs of the day of popular music. And then the copyright of those mechanical sheet music the sales would just be off the charts. And so back in New York or London or wherever the sheet music that was mechanically being pressed at the time, they would know where those song pluggers had just been touring to because they would get this massive influx of requests by mail, snail mail, for those particular songs that the families would then get mailed to their house and play on their parlor piano in the house for family entertainment and fun. And like it's just so fascinating because now like the iTunes of the world, which isn't kind of even really a thing anymore, but like this on-demand kind of thing. It's like, well, how did you hear about that in the first place?
Song plugger.
Song plugger. Yeah, I mean, Netflix does suggest that they are going to up their prices. I mean, but if they're making money off of the merch and everything else, I mean, that's a proper side hustle to, encapsulate the whole brand.
Cogs in the wheel of the machine.
Yep.
On that note, thank you, everybody. And let's numb the geek.
And let's not be consumer crazy. Let's
No.
shop
Buy
local.
as much as you can.
You know, you do
And
you.
as often as you can. All right? Let's all grease the wheels. All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll be filming tomorrow. And again, that's going to premiere next Friday. Super excited.
Woo-hoo!
Sinatra home for the holidays.
Thank you, Royal City Musical Theatre and Massey, Rareborn Media, and BJO, and all the players. We're going to make some magic tomorrow, so we're going to get a good sleep really soon.
Cheers.